All right, the time is May, the lake is Winnebago. Let's talk a little bit about cranks that you might use. Now, May is a transitioning time of year for Winnebago as the fish come down from the upper lakes and spawning. So you might be fishing fish all the way from 3 and 4 foot deep, all the way out to the deepest part of the basin in 18 foot. So first of all, let's look at some of the baits I'd use in shallow water. The first, of course, is just the staple flicker shad. Typically pick the number 5 size for up shallow because it doesn't dive quite as deep. I also do like the new scented flicker shads, the ones where you can add a little bit of scent to this and try and attract those fish, especially in this little bit cooler water. The other really good bait is a flicker minnow. Again, go down to the smallest one, the number 5. Now this thing dives for pretty deep for a 5 centimeter bait, so you're not going to have to put out a real lot of line. So what I would suggest for that is when you're short lining and up shallow, you put it behind a planer board just to get it a little ways out from the boat. The other bait I really do like though is the number 7 shallow flicker shad. You can see it's got quite a bit smaller bill on here. The nice thing is this has the good old flicker shad action, the nice rolling action. It's got the really good rattles that are rattling down there. It's a little bit bigger profile for bigger fish, but again, you can let out a little bit of line because it's a shallow flicker shad. So that's the shallow baits. Now, as you move out a little bit, whether you're, say, fishing the edge of the reefs, you're fishing suspended, say, in the mouth of the Fox River there, 10 to 14 feet is real good for in May, or you're getting all the way out into the basin, then you can start to look at a variety of different lures. Again, the staple is going to be your flicker shads, but move up to about a number 7. Again, you're looking for a little bit bigger fish. There's a lot of little ones out there. You can kind of cull past those, I'll say, and get to some of the bigger ones by going to a number 7. But still, even the littlest flicker shad, the number 4 is good, especially I find in that mouth of the river region right there by Oshkosh. A lot of times the fish come up suspended there fairly quickly in May, and fishing in the little number 4, not even letting it that far out, again, putting it behind a board can really fool those things into biting. Now, the other thing you want to do is a lot of times get a little bit more aggressive. If I want to get a little bit more aggressive, that's when I go to things like the money badger. The money badger is a new lure that's out. It's got a very, very rapid action to it. It's got rattling beads in there that are really going. And you're going to find this thing is a great lure for fishing when the fish are more aggressive. And when I look for that is in stable weather. And the other real aggressive one I like to use is the jointed flicker shad. Again, a number 7, but now with that jointed tail back here, not only does this bait have a nice roll to it, but this thing is sitting there shaking back there and giving a little bit more aggressive action. So when you're fishing in May, fish are going to be transitioning shallow to deep, mouth of the river out into the basin. And if you look at the lures I showed you and get them down there in front of walleye, I think it's really going to help your production out on Lake Winnebago.